Hey guys, hope everyone is doing well and keeping safe and healthy. As always, thanks for joining me and supporting my channel. Today we're doing one of my favorite combo, potato and saltfish fritter and some Guyanese style BakeFloat. Potatoes are rich in vitamins, minerals and antioxidants. I'm gonna peel them to remove the skin before I boil them. You can also boil them and then remove the skin. Then I'm gonna cut them into bigger pieces and set them aside. We're gonna boil them later. I'm using the Idaho potatoes today. You can use any kind of potatoes you like. I'm cutting up the salted fish. I pre-soaked it overnight to get rid of the salt. Whenever you're making a dish with salted fish, it's always good to pre-soak it the night before. And if you didn't, you should always boil it with a lot of water and throw out the water first before you start preparing your meals. Otherwise, the salt may be too much for the food. I'll set that aside also, and I'm gonna prep the dough for the BakeFloat. I have some all-purpose flour. To that, I'm adding some melted butter, brown sugar, salt, yeast, and I'm using some warm whole milk to mix the dough. You can also use warm water. I need a little bit more of liquid to form the dough, and I have some warm water, so I'll just use that. I'm gonna go in with my hands to knead the dough, and guys, you don't have to use your hands. You can also use a mixer. I'm gonna set it aside to rest and work on boiling the potato and saltfish. I had some water heating up in a pot. I'm gonna boil the salted fish for a few minutes. I just want to tenderize it a little where I can easily shred it. I'm using the salted bacala. You can use any salted fish, or guys, you don't have to use salted fish also. You can use any kind of boneless fish you prefer. Now I'm gonna boil the potatoes with some water and salt. In the meantime the potato is boiling, we can cut up the stuff we need for the seasoning. I'm using the red onions. You can also use the yellow or white onions. And I'm also using some green onions. This will add a spicy peppery flavor, and I also like to add it for something green. You can substitute with parsley, chives, cilantro, whatever flavor you like. And I want some fresh minced garlic. Garlic is healthy and adds great flavor to many foods. I'm gonna mince it up with a handheld mincer. If you don't have a mincer, you can crush it up and cut it up finely. And for the peppers, as you guys may already know, I love my Wiri Wiri, but you can use any other kind of chili peppers you like. And if you don't like chili peppers, the ground black pepper will do just fine. It's been about 20 minutes. The potato should cook. If a fork could slide through or cut it, then it's properly cooked. This is ready. I'm going to take it off the heat and strain it. And I want the salted fish into smaller pieces, kind of like shredded. You can use a fork, but sometimes I think it's better to go in with your hands because the boneless salted fish has bones sometimes. And if you use your hands, you can feel it easier and pick it out. And I just found one. We don't want to have any bones in our fritter, especially fish bones. It could be dangerous if swallowed. And now we want to mash the potatoes with the saltfish and combine them. Also guys, if you are a vegetarian or you don't like fish, the potatoes by itself will make a great fritter. I'm adding the fish today to this recipe, but I do make these without any fish, and they are delicious also. And now I'm gonna add some other ingredients to flavor it up. I'm using some of the homemade ghee I made in one of my videos. If you didn't see it yet, please check it out. Going in with some of the green onions, red onions, chili peppers, some ground black pepper, salt. You want to be mindful of the amount of salt you're adding if you're using the salted fish. And I'm adding 2 eggs and some cornstarch for binding. Give it a good mix, and then we're going to make little patties. In the meantime, I put a frying pan with some cooking oil on the stove to heat up, medium to high heat. I'm using a measuring cup to help me average out the amount I need for one patty. I want to get them all around the same size, but if it's not, it's no big deal. Put it into the palm of your hands and swirl it to make like a ball, and just flatten it and it will shape into a patty. I don't want a heavy coating, so I'm just going to sprinkle some all-purpose flour over it. And now we're going to fry these babies up. The oil is hot. You want to put them in slowly and carefully so the oil don't splatter. Otherwise, you can get burned. Since the potato and saltfish is fully cooked, you don't want to over fry. As soon as you notice the bottom starting to get brown, you want to flip it. Again, you want to be very cautious here. I would suggest using both hands and 2 spatula if you can, so you can control the way you are flipping it. As soon as the other side gets brown, you want to remove it from the oil and put them into a container or platter lined with a cloth or paper towel that will help absorb the excess oil. And look how enticing and yummy they're looking, guys. Now let's finish this up. I put some cooking oil to hot in a frying pan, medium to high heat. In the meantime, we're going to prep the BakeFloat for frying. I'm cutting the dough into 2 pieces and take one and roll it out about 1/8 of an inch thick, and we're going to use a glass to cut it into smaller circles. I want to get them about the same size as the patties, so this way I can make a sandwich if I want to. The oil is hot. You want to put them in slowly and carefully, and these guys don't take long to cook, about a minute on each sides and they'll be ready. But you want to keep rotating them so all the sides can brown evenly. You want it to have a golden brown color, not too dark. At least that's how I like it, but if you want it dark brown, that's up to you. Once both sides are golden brown, remove them from the heat and put it in a dish lined with a clean cloth or paper towel to absorb the excess oil. And these guys are now ready for consumption. Aren't they looking kind of cute together? However, they can do well by themselves. You can have them separately and they would be equally delicious and satisfying. You can also make a sandwich and add your favorite sauce. Look at the inside of this BakeFloat, guys. It's soft and it has like the perfect pocket to hold the patty. I think it will be agreeable to call it a pocket sandwich. I'm gonna have mine as is without any sauce. And the taste, it's appetizing. All the ingredients with the measurements will be in the description box. As always, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you didn't yet. Stay safe. Love you guys.